Okay. That totally cut off because it ran out of space. So you're going to get this in two parts. Anyway. So we left off with the Eight of Wands, and maybe you have not been communicated with as much as desired on both parts. You might have some awareness. Two of Wands is about planning the next step. It's planning, creating, in mostly in the mind, just what am I going to do next and figuring that out. With the Eight of Wands, which is, that this is the same thing. Eight of Wands. But you see how different the energy is. Here we have a moving away from and kind of a risky, not safest, not best energy, kind of Eight of Wands. And here it's more like a letting go. A releasing, a freedom, a sense of calm, peace. You don't really get a whole lot of sense of rapid here. Not super fast, not super impulsive. Eight of Wands can be very impulsive depending on what's around it. So you've got this Two of Wands, this Eight of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. Planning and letting go. Wanting to communicate. It's an odd energy to have all together. Knight of Swords. Wanting to transition quickly, I feel like. Wanting to just kind of figure out how to, how to just get out of this energy, get out of this space. Wands and Swords actually kind of are conflicting energy. One is fire, one is air. One is about what's in the emotions, typically, sometimes in the head, a creative energy, versus which comes more from the heart space than the head space. And then Swords is more the head space, the thoughts, the thinking. So we have this Knight of Swords and Eight of Wands. So there may be overthinking about how to get out of, how to free oneself, how to get out of this emotional space, how to balance the thoughts and the emotions. And the thoughts being a higher card, being a Knight, and the Wands being an 8 and a 2, 10 at best. And then this sorrow, that's a lot of emotional energy. But the thoughts may be driving. The thoughts are communicating with the emotions and kind of driving some of that. And there's this desire to get out of that space. And how do I do it? How do I do it, like, now? Because nobody likes to be emotionally... And I totally forgot about the Chariot on the bottom, which I feel like kind of goes with this. Okay. Star. Let's see what's going on with the Star. So I feel like this is really a significant lesson in one's own development and growth. I mean, there's this is heartbreak right here. This is moving through the process of heartbreak, and it looks like it's honestly going well. I mean, it's providing a lot of clarity, a lot of growth. It's not comfortable, obviously. It's not fun. And I feel like maybe there's not so much communication about it, if that's accurate, if that's because there's almost like this energy of recognizing I have to figure this out. I have to learn how to process and proceed and move through. So it's actually a fairly mature energy. The stuff that caused it, not so much. But the heartbreak, the emotional space, and it doesn't necessarily, I mean, one of the reasons I think it's the Lovers is, or, our relationship is because we do have the Lovers in reverse. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Ten of Swords. A lot of those indicates, wish fulfillment. But it doesn't have to be. It could be a situation. It could be, some situation, circumstances feels unfair or imbalanced or, just broke someone's heart. Just really hurt them on a very deeply emotional level. And has caused a lot of emotional damage for the moment. Star. Clarify star, please. Wish fulfillment. Whoa. Four of Cups coming out of that energy. Six of Swords. Wow. Yeah, okay. One more. I'm going to see if I can't get some clarity on what exactly this is about. I mean, it feels like relationship to me. Doesn't mean it is. It could just have that kind of attachment. Page of Pentacles. That's beautiful. With the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck. This is, wow, this is an amazing. Okay, so we have the Star card, which is divine intervention, wish fulfillment, destiny. The Wheel of Fortune is too, but this is like manifested destiny. And that Magician card showed up. Where was it? Here. With that Three of Swords. So this is wish fulfillment. This is something someone manifested, someone chose. Like they wanted out of this. I have a feeling it's yours that wanted out of it. Four of Cups in reverse. Yeah, this is, okay, so the Four of Cups is when you are being divine offered a cup by the universe, which would be the Lovers. But it's not the one you want. So you reject it. In reverse, and that one cup would be the Ace of Cups. You might have three other cups, other options, more than just the one cup. But the one that was being offered was rejected. This here was rejected. Instead, what is being accepted in the reverse is self-love. Ace of Cups, fill your own cup first. That's what's being learned out of this. Six of Swords. It's all about feeling safe, feeling peaceful, feeling fulfilled, feeling trusting, moving to someplace calmer. There's a comfort here. You have this giant goose and this child sleeping on it while the goose carries it wherever it is they're going. So there's a sense of protection and safety and security in the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is sometimes an apology. But in this case, it actually looks kind of like her. What do you think? You see that? It might be a little blurry. Focus is having trouble. Sometimes it's a form of an apology, but I feel like in this case, it's somebody youthful kind of recognizing their own value, what they have, and the beginnings of what they have to offer. It's only one pentacle, but look at how big that pentacle is. And she's not holding it out, but she's not holding it at all. It's kind of embedded in a rock face, and she's just sort of sitting there with it. Like, yeah, this is where I belong, but I don't have to possess it. You know, so it's somebody that's really coming into their own power and their own sense of material gratitude, recognition of what they bring to the table, of what they have to offer. They may not be ready to offer, but it's recognition of their value. And that's bringing, I feel like, a lot of comfort. Hierophant is wisdom. It's inner insight. It's a spirit guide in this case. Listening to somebody with plenty of experience that's trusted and very, very close. Somebody very wise. They may not always be nice, but they'll be direct, they'll be honest. There's somebody that kind of creates this sense of trust, even if they can be a little rough around the edges. And right underneath that, the High Priestess, there's that Ace of Cups. And the World. I mean, just one after another, after another. I mean, these are all, the Hierophant is that higher intuition. High Priestess. This is, High Priestess is divine guidance. You know what you need to know when you need to know it. It is lessons. This is you listening to the lessons, how they come through, paying attention, hearing them. This is getting what you need when you need it, not before. High Priestess is sun and moon. She will give you what you need at the right time and no sooner. It's divine timing. Ace of Cups. That's what I was just telling you. Fill your own cup first. Love you before you try to love someone else. And then the World. It is the last card in the tarot deck. It is the final ending before a whole new chapter, whole new book, whole new experience. With all of this behind you, and someone, I feel like, really actually fought to get out of this. They got this clarity that they were caged, that they were trapped, that they were not someplace they actually wanted to be, even though they really thought they wanted to be there. And maybe there's a part of them that still does. But they fought hard. And there was fighting between, I feel like, but they fought hard to get out of this and create this situation to get out of, to have these experiences in order to come more fully into themselves. So whether or not it's actually her, but that is the energy I'm getting, especially with that Page of Cups. A lot of this feels very young, very youthful, very, I don't want to say innocent. Innocent's not the right word. But definitely youthful. There is a youthful energy. I mean, even with the Three of Swords, you know, the face, the form isn't so youthful, but her face is. And you've got just a lot of cards that have youthful energy in them. So that's another reason that I feel like that could be, I mean, this is a very young lovers couple right here. So, yeah, there's a lot of indications about that. And I feel like there, there is a lot of divine guidance and protection going on. A whole lot. So all this was intended. So if you are worried, don't. It is for these lessons. It is for the purpose of coming into that sense of self, more fully into that sense of self-love, and recognizing one's own worth and value. And sometimes we don't see that until we go through some of these trials and tribulations that unfortunately kind of crush us a little bit. And then say, wait, hold up. No, I deserve better than that. We get beat up to the point that we're like, I'm not putting up with this anymore. But let's see if we can find out a little bit more who this is about. And if not, then I will leave it off with that. Oh, Oracle cards. And I actually think I know what deck I want to use. And it's not an actual Oracle card. Reads kind of like one, though. It's a tarot deck. It's just... Alright. For this situation, give me a little more clarity. Not that kind of clarity. This is such a super thick deck that they will just fly out. More clarity for this situation, please. In this relationship, this gone or going. Now, what state? I feel like it's moving pretty well towards that last set, towards that star card, maybe the set before. And there's the world again. Saturn. Completion of cycles. Duty, responsibility. Governing time and matter. Commitments. Boundaries. Integration. So, yeah, this is a huge developmental growth period. What else can you tell me, please? High Priestess. Clock. So this connection being with all those divine, it may have been a connection that came too soon. And there's just a lot of growth and maturing that has to happen before, it's possible it could come back together later. What else can you tell me about this connection? Energy. So, I know this is not necessarily for you specifically. Maybe. Yeah. There we go. That might be the other person. So I'm gonna leave it, because this is the present energy, not... Is there anything else? Anything else regarding this connection, please? Anything else you want to share with us about this connection? Okay. I don't remember when birthdays are. The fire energy kept showing up in the reading with all those wands. So now here's the Sun, which is also the happiest card in the deck. So that's right there with that Star card. Yeah. Damn. Justice or Libra. Wow, you really do want to come out. Alright. Alright. I think that's enough. That's like 10 cards or something. There's the Hanged Man again. These do not have reversals, by the way. Disillusionment, disillusion, enlightenment, intuition, inspiration, spirituality. There's also fantasy, dreams, illusion. But the Hangman, the perspective I was telling you about. So we've basically got Leo twice here. So there's definitely very, very strong Leo energy all over this. I don't remember if that's her, if that was him. I suspect, if anyone, it's her, maybe in her energy. Maybe somewhere in her chart if she's not a full-on Leo. I don't remember. Yeah, that's the coming out of Justice. And there were quite a few swords, and the Justice card, which I think came out a couple times. High Priestess did. I think Justice did too. I don't remember. And it's definitely Libra. Some people see the High Priestess as Libra. So the energy I feel like's being coming out of is this albatross, which is omen, baggage, burdens, feeling cursed, guilt, shame, regret, or it could be that other person or situation. The first two cards that came out, as you saw, was the World, the End, Clock, Divine Timing. Then it was Owl, sees through a facade, whatever. Secrets lifted, insights wise, aware, observant, explore the unknown. That's kind of a repetition of that Hangman energy. That perspective, that eye-opening, that recognition of something not being quite what you thought it was. The Bridge, communication, unite, connecting, integrate, overcome barriers, share harmony, compromise. So with these two cards together, I feel like this may be where things started, but it wasn't as real as it looked, which is what was in that first part of the reading. Yes, there was some illusion there. There was some falsehoods leading on, what have you. And then, of course, here's that Leo energy. I feel like this is her. Here's that Libra, Justice, which means balance, fairness, karmic, return. Perfect, precise design, fragile, handle carefully, unique, exquisite, code, a pattern, and detailed. Now, Libras can be like this. So it's also got kind of a frosty, cold energy. So it could be someone who's disconnected from their emotions. Albatross, baggage, burdens, feeling cursed, guilt, shame, regret. So if it's someone that is, if the other person that was walked away from, left, what have you, however this occurred, I feel like there was a walking away, honestly. Once these realizations So if they were emotionally detached, because I didn't get much of that other person's energy, it's really not necessary. I don't think you're concerned about the other person because it's not who is coming through you. So if they're emotionally detached, you know, and if she is a Cancer, a Leo, even a Libra, I didn't get any Scorpio energy. There was nothing Scorpio. A lot of Wands. Not a lot of Pentacles. So probably not an Earth sign, maybe an Aries. But I'm not getting Aries. I'm really getting a lot of... death can be considered Virgo, Scorpio, Taurus. Yeah, they're pretty much all in here. But the three strongest, Hierophant, that's Taurus, Page of Pentacles, Swords are air, Wands. There is really a lot of Wands, a lot of Swords, and several Cups. So I'm really feeling water sign, feeling something maybe a little bit more sensitive than a Scorpio. So it could be Cancer or Pisces. Leo. I just did not get a lot of Aries or what's the other fire sign? Capricorn. Especially not the Lion showing up. And the Sun card is Leo. So swords are fire in general. And I think the King of Wands, which is also Leo, came out. I don't remember. But just a lot of fire, a lot of water, and a lot of air. Some earth, not as much. That could be, you know, obviously we're going to have multiple things. But those are the three. I'm apparently it's like some kind of combination. Possibly Virgo. Especially with the Hangman coming out twice. It's Virgo energy. So's the Fool. So yeah, whatever this is that's going on, Mom, everything's going to be fine. So a lot of guidance, a lot of protection, and everything is going exactly the way it's meant to. And it's good, and it's actually, even though there is this heartache, this pain, this suffering right now, not even suffering, but they're lessons. You know, there is so much being learned from this, and it's going to make for a much stronger, healthier, confident, self-loving, self-compassionate person. So she's doing a good job. Whoa. Ace of Vessels. The Green Woman. The Green Woman is basically the Empress. All the queens, very balanced, very nurturing, very loving, very self-assured, very in tune with herself. Then, yeah, that's like 4 cards. The Ace of Cups. The Waters of Life. That is all about self-love. Divine union with the self. 6 of Vessels. Peace, serenity, calmness. The Knight of Arrows. Again, we have a messenger. And I feel like this is the messages from within. It could be other messages, but... And the 2 of Stones. Yeah, so we kind of went from this Knight of Swords and Two of Pentacles into this calmer space within, becoming the ultimate, abundant, verdant, productive, in her stately power, Empress. I could read all these. They're pretty long. I do feel like I should read the Ace of Vessels, though. I do feel like there is. I knew there would be a message in there, in this. Ace of Vessels. The waters of life. A horned forest deer lowers its head. So there's different, I'll show you. There's different parts. So there's like this little description, and then there's the individual word or phrase meanings, and then there's the actual description of how to read the card, which are deeper messages. So a horned forest deer lowers its regal head to drink from the stream on which floats a swan together with a tiny boat shaped like a new moon. The tiny boat also kind of represents the Six of Cups. I said the Six of Swords, calmer waters, but Six of Cups. So Six of Cups normally is holding on to something from the past, or a past connection, past life. In this case, it's just serenity. That's it. And you've got the two badgers or weasels. They're a pair. They grew up together. But it's a very just nice kind of energy. And you kind of have the same thing here. I mean, it's almost the same image, just one is earth, an earthen hill, and one's kind of a stonish hill. They both have the water pouring down. I mean, really. You can't get more mirrored than that. Anyway. The flow of water from the great stone cauldron enters the stream, which supports both the swan and the moon cup and feeds the deer. The waters of life retain an ancient wisdom ready for reawakening. The moonlit pool of the universal soul retains all memory, ready to renew the inspired quest. That would be that High Priestess energy, by the way. And the Hierophant. The suit of vessels represents the primal mystery of human emotions. And the Ace focuses on the very essence of these powerful yet elusive traits. Since prehistory, emotions have been represented by the element of water. And however far we have evolved, we are still largely ruled by our emotions and instincts. Our powers of reason, intellect,